All right, everyone, so today I am going to get my car rolling on the trailer and trailer it over to Select Speed Shop in Lowell, Mass, where they are going to finish doing the fab on the fuel cell. They're going to do a bulkhead, a raised bulkhead, so it's completely closed off. And then they're also going to do a seat bracket for the driver's side, as well as welding some fittings on some aluminum pieces for me. But before I do that, I gotta put my rotors on and my wheels and stab the steering column into the rack. So we got a dash 12 here, and we are going to open up the hole on the coolant port here to about 0.60. It's really just a hair off. So gonna get it open up. All right, now we got a nice flat milled surface, pretty nice. And we're gonna weld this dash 12 bung on there to convert this coolant flow from the head to the thermostat housing here, and with an AN line, dash 12. Let's go. Almost forgot to torque these front hubs on. I was hoping to have someone with me to do this today, but that's not the case. So hopefully I can get it. Steering column's in. Get the steering wheel on here and get it on the ground, load it on the trailer. We got a roller. All right, now I'm gonna back the trailer up right to the door, winch it right onto the trailer. All right, everyone, let's roll on down to Select Speed Shop. All right, just got to Select Speed Shop. Get this sucker unloaded. Have them hopefully get right to work. What's going on, everyone? So I was in the area, so I stopped by Select Speed Shop to check out the progress on the car. Abe, the fabricator over here, has been jamming on the fuel cell and finishing the fuel cell and doing the bulkhead. As you can see, doing it in sections, kind of raises it up above the vent feed and return lines here, fittings, and then this cover goes over it, so it's a complete bulkhead. So if there's a fire in there, it can't just come out and burn me alive, which is good. And then also there's going to be an access door in here for just some quick refueling. Yeah, that's pretty much it. What's up, Abe?
What's up?
Abe's shy. He's camera shy.
I'm not good on camera.
And then they are also dropping my seat down a little bit lower. I'll try to show you what they did. They basically just lopped off the rear section of the seat bracket and just raised it up like an inch and re-welded it. And then they're welding a piece of angle iron across the from the trans tunnel to the other side of the door jamb, and for the obviously the front seat to bolt to. But here's the rear. Pretty easy, you know, they just cut it, raised it up a little bit, or lowered it per se. And then the other one in the back that mounts to the stud, they just lopped that off and drilled a new hole up higher so it could drop the seat even lower in the rear. So they're doing that. And then also I brought them the fittings for the coolant flow from the head down to the thermostat housing. So I got some dash 12s welded on here, as you can see right here. So we did that, and then I also picked up this super cheap, not cheap in quality, cheap in price, power steering reservoir off eBay. This thing was $27, and it just came with some straight dash 6 and dash 8 or dash 10. What is this? This is dash 10 that I brought? 10 and 6. So they were just straight tubes that you could slip hose onto, and I'm doing all AN lines, so I had Abe lop them off and weld a dash 10 and A6 dash 6 AN line or AN fitting bung on there. And then we're going to mount it right here. Pretty much the factory location, kind of like the best spot we're thinking. Right there. So yeah, this thing was pretty cheap, surprisingly. And I think George was telling me it's like a knockoff of an old, what's it called?
Billions, like
Billions. Billions, old JDM company. And it's actually exact same thing Abe's telling me, and it's cheap because it's probably just mass produced, super cheap, and doesn't have the Billions branding on it. And it's actually baffled inside. It's got some sort of baffling in it. And George already runs it on his car and he's not having any issues with it. It's not leaking. So I'm pretty stoked on it. So that's it. That's all I got. Update from Select Speed Shop here. Hopefully car will be done in a couple days. I'll pick it up and keep jamming. All right, everyone, so I had lost some footage from picking up the car at Select Speed Shop, so I'm gonna just go over a little bit more of what they did, or now the completion. So the bulkhead is done here. Everything's bolted up. They put this little door on, which is super nice. Access to just do a quick fill of fuel. I still actually have to install my fuel pumps and whatnot in the surge tank here, the radium in the radium fuel cell. Got a few of my fittings and whatnot here, and then yeah, I guess there's not too much to show. This they made the bracket for the billion power steering reservoir here, and then I will show you the seat. They just lopped off the seat rail down there, drilled a hole higher, so that obviously just dropped the seat down. And that's pretty much it. Other than that, the car has just been sitting the past few months. Yeah, so I quickly realized that the car wasn't going to be finished for grid life, and then I actually quickly moved over to working on my JZX 100 here and doing all the power upgrades that I wanted to do. And even this wasn't finished for grid life. So it was actually it was kind of a pretty unfortunate year. I thought I was going to be doing a bunch of driving, but ended up having an incomplete car and a broken car that like needed a clutch, and I just got busy last year. That wraps it up for the 240. Now going to be starting to work on this again, and the next series of videos are going to be on the JZX power upgrades because I recorded all of that the past couple months. So you'll see those videos coming up pretty soon on my YouTube channel in the next few weeks.